형,
형,
10 very important things you missed while watching Squid Game if you don't speak Korean.
무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다.
10. The meaning of character names. Specific character names have deeper meanings that are being lost in the translation. For example, Saebyuk, the North Korean character's name means dawn in Korean. Also, the way characters address each other can show differing class and levels of respect, and shows backgrounds of characters in understanding the way they were brought up. Koreans are annoyed because the subtitles showed names when in reality what they were saying was
형,
형,
a title for a man to call men who are older than him.
상우 형! 형!
which also means a senior in a respectable way. Imagine watching Ali's heartbreaking betrayal from Sang-woo while knowing that he was calling him using this word that shows respect. It would change your whole perspective on the scene. As painful as it already was, but it would even give it extra emotion and meaning.
상우 형! 형!
오빠, a title for a woman to call men who are older than her.
9. Understanding more about the challenges. In Squid Game, the challenges are central to the series, but are non-Korean speakers getting the full understanding of them? For example,
무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다. And many people commented they thought it was green light and red light in Korean. I guess the translator just made the subtitles that way for easier understanding. I want you to know actually 무궁화 is the name of Korean national flower. And 꽃 means flower and 피었습니다 means it bloomed. So actually the meaning of this creepy sound is 무궁화 flower bloomed. And in the game, when 무궁화 flower bloomed, you gotta freeze.
8. One Lucky Day. Koreans point out the significance of the last episode's title, One Lucky Day, which is a famous Korean short story by Hyun Jin-gun, and why the end of the episode was known to nearly everyone in Korea. In that novel, the main character hustles hard all day to feed his sick wife. When he gets back home, he finds his wife dead, then the story's over. In the episode, Kian made a lot of money in the game to help his mother, but on his return home, he found his mother dead, thus paralleling the story. 7. The cultural differences and the directing choices. For example, the choice of Sang-woo being in the tub next to a burning briquette, which is often a sign of suicide. Briquettes are a sign of poverty as back in the day, Koreans didn't have electricity. It's also commonly used for Koreans to take their own life, as being in a space with the fumes causes death. 6. Hiding her North Korean accent. One Twitter user Youngmi Mayer explained that Saebyuk was trying to hide her actual accent from the other players. In the scene where Saebyuk talks to her younger brother, she initially talks in the standard Seoul dialect, but immediately switches to the North Korean accent when her brother starts becoming distressed. This is common, as there can be a level of discrimination and the North Korean would be trying to downplay her differences to better fit in.
Such a difference in ideology that the writer is trying to get across to you. Do you know what I mean?
5. The funny dubbing. A lot of Koreans are making fun of how the dubbing of the show does not give it justice.
Place looks exactly like where I lived when I was younger.
Sir, we need to play with our marbles.
Fuck you.
The voiceover would summarize a very big scene with a lot of dialogue in just a few words. This takes away a lot of the meaning that the writers want to deliver through important dialogues.
Sir, are you okay?
Even some of the non-Korean viewers noticed this and started making fun of it as well.
you think your life is tough? Well, I like to watch the Squid Game in dubbed. Fucking dubbed, I tell you. Why? Because I'm dyslexic as fuck and I can't read in time. It's too quick. It's not fair. You want to see what that shit look like? Hey yo, did you steal my cigarettes? No.
4. The meaning of GGANBU.
깐부, 기억나네요. 저도 동네에 한 놈 있었어요. 저랑 제일 친했던. 그래, 그 깐부.
In episode 6, the conversation between players 001 and Kian around the meaning behind GGANBU, a Korean word that is used to show allyship.
missed a really small line there, but it's like literally the point of the whole episode. GGANBU, 니꺼 내꺼 없이. What that translates into is there is no ownership between me and you. Not we share everything. That is a huge miss. That's like the entire point of this fucking episode.
3. Minu's slight dialogue changes. Mayer pointed out that the English subs and dubs would consistently sanitize Han Minu's pretty constant swearing and coarse dialogue.
Even things that like aren't even that bad, like she says like, what are you looking at? It's turned into go away, which might seem arbitrary, but like everything she says is not really aligning, and so you're missing a lot of this character and what she stands for. One part that I think is a huge miss, here she is trying to convince people to play the game with her, right? Right here. The translation says, oh, I'm not a genius, but I can work it out. What she actually said was, I am very smart, I just never got a chance to study. That is a huge trope in Korean media. The poor person that's smart and clever and just isn't wealthy. That's a huge part of her character.
To know just how crude a character is can be very important to the understanding of that character and how they fit into their own world. It would be like dubbing in a darn on Samuel L. Jackson, so the viewer misses a lot.
Oh, motherfucker! Hey, I didn't even know that motherfucker!
2. Subtle comedy is missed. Spoken comedy is always difficult to translate, and when it comes to two words having different meanings but the same pronunciation, it makes all the more difficult. For example, when Sangwoo describes how he lost his money playing around with futures and stocks, Kian is confused because futures in Korean is sunmol, which is coincidentally the same pronunciation as the word gift, which is also sunmol. So Kian was under the impression that Sangwoo lost 6 million by giving a woman an expensive gift, hence the comedic effect. 1. The respect and the disrespect. Korean culture is very age and class conscious, and to ignore the proper honorifics shows an immense amount of contempt and disrespect. Non-Korean viewers might have missed some of this with Kian and Ilnam. We always see Kian using the most polite and formal speech when addressing the old man, which is treating elderly with respect. But in the final scene where they reunite, he drops it and switches to informal rude speech as he realizes the kind of monster the old man had been all along. Even the way he poured the water and handed it over to him with one hand showed contempt. In South Korea, it is traditional that when a person gives a drink to another adult, the person has to offer the drink respectfully with two hands. That showed a change in their dynamic. All of this would give the viewer an insight on the culture in Korea and therefore, a better understanding of the show and on the hidden meanings which the writers intended to give. Of course, while a more culture-specific translation may be desirable, some people believe that a direct English translation could make it more confusing for those not overly familiar with Korean customs. Let us know what you think of this debate. Also, what else did the non-Korean viewers miss that was lost in translation? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.
Oh no. Please let me leave, sir. I have a family and children. I no longer wish to participate in these games. Let me go now, please. I do not want to do this anymore. Please let me go.